Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world when I'm posting this. Happy birthday to the July 30th babies out there. I'm posting this just in time for the 29th where I am, but depending on where you are in the world, the 29th may have already come and gone. You may see this video in a few weeks, a few months. So ultimately, I'm setting the intention that this be a message that find you for the next 24 hours, that you find it when you're meant to find it, and that this be a message for the next 24 hours. We're going to see what's coming up here for the collective. All right, and so the card we have coming up is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands can come up in a couple of different ways. Two of Wands, unfortunately, one of the things I've realized, a lot of people tend to gravitate towards tarot readings and tarot videos for love and romance. And for some reason, one of the things I've seen come up a lot of readers have kind of given Two of Wands this reputation, or typecast it as like a third party situation, or somebody who's going back and forth between partners. Now, it can mean that sometimes, I guess, but the real meaning of the Two of Wands here is having to look at a situation and really examine all the different factors, all of the different characteristics, all of the different things that you might encounter in the situation. It's a card that encourages us to think something through very carefully. It doesn't mean that it's not a good thing, right? Sometimes we say, oh, okay, well, think carefully, and we get the impression of that means that, oh, well, you might regret this, and maybe you don't want this, and like maybe it's a bad thing. And in my experience, when the Two of Wands comes up and is asking us to really look at the situation, it's not because it's a bad thing, but it's because we may be jumping into something with really high expectations or really high hopes, and we haven't stopped to think about what some of the challenges might be, or ways that we could better prepare ourselves for the situation to really set ourselves up for success. It's like we might be thinking something is different than what it actually is, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. So it becomes one of those situations, expectation versus reality. And so your angels and guides might be encouraging you, all right, look at the situation. What are the pluses? What are the minuses? What are some ways that you can be better prepared for it? This could also have to do with partnerships. With the Two of Wands, partnerships, working with others, collaborations sometimes. And a lot of the times with the Two of Wands, there might be some kind of a opportunity for you. And again, the Two of Wands is asking you to just kind of make sure here that you're on the same page. It's a good time to ask questions. It's a good time to ask for explanations, right? You guys have heard me give a few different examples for the Two of Wands. Somebody might be offering you a job and it sounds great, but you might want to go and look at what the requirements are for this job type. Not requirements, but like what it entails, or what the job description is for this job title, and what the going rate is for this position. And you might do a little bit of research, and you may realize, oh, well, you know what? This is more than one job that they've put together, right? Because the requirements here for this job, it's here, but then there's other requirements that are kind of outside of this job title. So they're kind of asking me to do a little bit more. And so maybe the salary they're offering me would be fair if it was just this one title, but they're having me do some extra stuff. And you might be able to come back and, using absolute logic and facts, negotiate a higher salary for yourself. One thing I've noticed, these are the job requirements, but it's this and then some, so this would be a fair salary if it was just this, but there's some extra stuff, so I think that this would be a fair salary, right? So you can kind of negotiate here, or go into a situation better prepared. I've given this example. Somebody might say something to you like, oh, hey, I've got extra space at my place. Why don't you come stay with me for a while? You don't have to worry about paying rent. You just come and hang out. You can help me out around the house, maybe help me with the kids here and there. And you can see, and maybe you want to move out here or go back to school or start a business or look for a job, whatever you want to do. And you see, oh, wow, that sounds great. That sounds wonderful. And you're thinking you're just going to show up and you're going to maybe vacuum and, maybe like cook a meal a couple of times a week, and you just think you're going to help out with light things. And you get there and they're like, working late every night that week, and they're saying, oh, just watch the kids, get them to bed and wake them up in the morning and get them ready for school, and you're doing like overnight childcare, and they're like, oh, there's a leak in the roof, do you mind fixing it? And you're like, I didn't think I was going to be up on the roof. So it would be a good idea, make sure you're on the same page, ask questions. What kinds of things would you want me to help out, with? Like, help out around the house, like what would I be doing? How often, right? How many hours a week? Is there going to be childcare involved? I'm not comfortable doing overnight childcare, like whatever it might be. You can go ahead and get all of that stuff figured out ahead of time so you don't walk into an awkward situation, right? It's a great offer, but you want to be sure that you're going in on the same page and with some boundaries in place. And so that's what I think of when I see the Two of Wands. It's not telling us that it's a bad situation. It's just saying that we need to be sure that we know what's up, we know what we're walking into, and we're setting ourselves up to succeed. Okay? You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, when you watch the weekly forecasts for the week if you haven't already, because there might be decisions in different areas or different aspects of your life that are coming up. And so that could be kind of helpful for you here with this Two of Wands energy. Love readings for everyone is linked in the description of the video for all the different signs if you want to check out love readings. If you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous day ahead, and we'll see you all in tomorrow's messages. Bye, my dears. Take care.